today's video, I wanted to talk to you about experience, learning, and self-reflection, all intertwined with inspiration, motivation, and passion. Over the last couple of years, I have definitely had my creative and motivational ups and downs. And if you're in a little bit of a creative rut, then I'm hoping you find this video inspiring to get out and start trying some things that will help give you a boost of motivation and ignite some of your passions. So this all starts about a year and a half ago in 2018 when I was in the middle of my first semester back at university. I was doing fashion design. I had decided to go back and continue on with a degree that I had started about 10 years earlier. And at this time, I had an incredible opportunity that I am so excited to finally be able to share with you. And that was to go to New Zealand with Disney to go to the set of the new Mulan movie. And I am so excited to see the movie when it comes out. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you are excited as well to go and see it. And I had this incredible opportunity that left me extremely motivated and inspired to work on some of my own design work. So the day that we arrived on set, we got to go to the roundhouse, which had multiple levels and different rooms that we were able to go and explore.
The detail that they have here is incredible. The baskets of food and the flower pots. It's also incredible. Oh, we're going up another level.
And to see this in person was incredible. From there, we got to go over to another set, which was the Emperor's Throne, and the gold detail around this room was insane. We actually got to get up and sit on the throne, which was a very cool experience, and we had to wear little booties so that we didn't make any marks on the floor, and everything was all organized and neatly set out just so they could go in and start filming. From there, we went over to my absolute favorite part of the day, and this was the costume department. So going into a costume department and experiencing in industry what I was studying in my degree was incredible.
We've come into the costume department and this is incredible. You should see how many fabrics there are behind me. Look at this. This is crazy.
And it was so motivating to see the row after row after row of all of these beautifully designed costumes for all the different characters, all the equipment and the tools that they got to use to be able to produce everything. We had a lovely lady take us around and give us all a bit of a background into how the costumes come to life, that all of these fabrics and embellishments are globally sourced and how they need to select the right pieces to be able to bring these costumes to life.
All of these costumes have been hand embroidered because you can't embroider with gold on a machine, which is absolutely incredible to have been done by hand. And she said there are thousands of these costumes.
And listening to that part of the story just really connected with me and what I was learning in my degree, and I was just so motivated. The detail that went into the costumes and the experimentation with different types of materials and fabrics to be able to create certain looks was incredibly fascinating as well. And that also motivated me to be a little bit more experimental with some of the design work that I was doing. So that was by far the most incredible thing that I've got to experience before, and being immersed into industry like that was just a real eye-opener on all of the opportunities and the pathways that could come from the degree that I was studying. From there, we got to go over to another set. There was this incredible little market set up where they had all these stalls with these grains and foods all on display, and we actually got to see one of the scenes being shot here, and I'm so excited to see the film to be able to pick out where these scenes are. So that I'm really, really excited for. We also got to have a bit of a lesson with some of the weapons, learn a bit about how they were made and what they were used for. And it was just an incredible day getting to experience the behind the scenes of such a large creative production like this, and to learn a little bit more about all of the layers that go into creating something like this. So I absolutely loved this day. It was an incredible opportunity. I'm so excited to see the film, and I was so excited that day to leave feeling incredibly inspired and motivated to go and do my own design work. So I'm very thankful to have that opportunity to experience an industry like that that was able to give me such a boost in motivation and pull me out of the creative rut that I'd been in the few months earlier. So I'm very excited all about that. Being able to go through some of that footage all this time later has again reignited my passion for creating and designing. So one of the things that I find incredibly helpful and important in trying to get motivation back and getting out of a creative rut is to have new experiences. As a creative person, giving myself creative experiences like art galleries, for example, allow me to take in creative information, and it just somehow opens up the doorways for me generating my own creative inspiration and motivation. Another thing that I've definitely learned that's very helpful in boosting my motivation over the last couple of years is also learning and educating and trying new skills. So going back to university was one of the best things that I have done in a very, very long time. If I didn't go back in the first place, I wouldn't have just rediscovered the passion that I have for that type of design work. And I also would not have got myself to this point in understanding what type of design that I really love. I think that life is just a big game of trial and error, and I love change. And in order to change, you need to try new things, new experiences, new education, new learning. And I am so thankful for the way that everything played out over the last year, because with the degree, by the time it got to mid-year last year, I was finding myself really demotivated and I wasn't enjoying it as much as the first semester. And I've taken some time over the last 6 months now that I've paused the degree to reflect. And I think reflection is one of the most important things that you can do for self-development and growth. And everyone always talks about it at the beginning or the end of the year because you want to reflect on the previous year to be able to have a great new year. But I think it's something that we should be doing at all times of the year, especially when you're feeling a little bit demotivated or like you've got a bit of a fork in the road when it comes to making a decision about what to do next. And self-reflection is great for that. So I've had a chance to look back over the last year and a half and pay attention to the things that were really inspiring me, that were igniting my passions for design and creation, and then also looking at the things that weren't really doing it for me. And what I have learned is that in that first semester, one of the subjects that I was doing was a printing for fashion, and this was one of the best things that I've ever done. If I could do this subject every semester for the rest of my life, I would be so happy. It was on a Monday. It made Mondays amazing.
It's Monday morning. Today is my favorite day of the week. I absolutely love Mondays. I am in my lab coat and we are doing printing today and I'm so excited.
And I was always really excited to get up and go to class that day. We got to design both hand illustration and digital illustration motifs to create patterns that would be printed onto fabric that could then be used for fashion, for costume, or even home decor and textiles. So this was something that I really, really enjoyed, and it's something that I've started to get back into in the last couple of weeks. I've talked about this in the last few videos about how I've got this new drive to keep illustrating. And I kind of knew this when I was losing my motivation for the fashion degree mid-year, but then I've just, like I said, stopped everything. Now I've taken some time to reflect, and I'm just really excited to be designing from more of an illustrative angle rather than a fashion angle. So I've learned that I like fashion, I just don't love it. But what I've taken from that degree is that I love illustration. And now, looking ahead in 2020, I'm deciding what it is I want to do next. Do I want to shift into a more illustration-based degree? Do I want to try some short courses, or putting myself into art classes and things that can help me with my illustration? And that is probably one of the most important things that I wanted to share with you in this video, is that it's a lot about trial and error. And when you're in a rut and when you're looking to increase your motivation, especially from a creative standpoint like I am, it is so important to give yourself new creative experiences and give yourself a chance to learn new creative skills, because from there you can work out what it is that you do and don't like, and you can kind of craft your future accordingly. I didn't want to stay stuck pushing through a degree that I wasn't enjoying anymore when it was only a small portion of that degree that I really, really did love. What I've decided to do is change how I'm going, and I'm going to focus more on the things that I do enjoy and less on the things that I don't enjoy. So that's why I say now I'm trying to decide what's coming next for me in terms of studying and education, and that I'm just really into illustration, and that is where my passion lies. And I'm so thankful and grateful for the opportunities over the last year and a half with my degree, and with also being able to go into industry with the costume department, with the Mulan movie, to help understand what it is that I am really passionate about and what I really love. So I'm very excited for the next few months to see where I'm going to be putting my energy, and I really hope you have found this video inspiring and helpful, especially if you are in a creative rut or you're just lacking a lot of motivation. Get out, try something new, give yourself a chance to learn something new, and from that you should be able to find a whole new boost of motivation to put you on the path that it is that you want to go down. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Up the top you can check out my last video, down the bottom I will leave a link to another one of my videos, and I will see you in the next one.